Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our deciding game number 3 and our last match of the day as Vega takes on Liquid in a best of 3, 1-1 WinteR. Game 3 is coming up. They got Tiny Wisp last game. Not to take anything away from the rest of the team, but as we look at the draft here, we'll hop into it right away because it seems Liquid have decided we don't want to deal with that Tiny Wisp nonsense again.
They have the Tusk though because they can't ban the Tusk this time.
Yeah, and of course versus Vega.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
okay, wait.
Ember,
yeah.
now you have to take Darkseer if you're Liquid, pretty much. So they Darkseer Tusk again, do you think?
Darkseer Tusk or Darkseer Wyvern should be good.
What do you prefer?
Darkseer Tusk.
I know you're a big Tusk fan.
I just value the Wyvern combination a little.
And then what's the Vega follow-up? They're like at MLG, there were a lot of teams going Ember Night Stalker. But it doesn't seem like these teams favor that duo as much.
Queen? Oh, now there's the Tusk still, so they could go
Ember
for
Tusk.
Ember Tusk or Ember Queen. Ember Queen would be nice as well. So we forgot about the Shadow Fiend, Radiant side. Obviously, that's a lot of...
Or you could even, I mean, if they wanted, they could even grab their TA for no one, just run the Pasha Ember.
Probably not so early though,
Yeah.
I think. You either grab the Tusk or something like Queen that's more flexible. Like Tusk or Queen are really flexible.
Or even like, maybe they even grab a good laning support if they want.
Good laning support. Like
I guess Tusk can be a support.
good laning support like Lich this early.
No, not Lich.
Dazzle.
Dazzle, yeah.
Dazzle's good.
Dazzle Wyvern, maybe. Wyvern's pretty good against
and
Shadow
you want
Fiends.
Wyvern, yeah. BKB, you need BKB piercing stuns for Shadow Fiend. So that's a good point.
Well, I'd be surprised if it's not one of
Or
those.
the Bane. Bane is also a BKB piercing stun.
That's true. Though, I guess we'll have to see how good the kill potential is for their lanes. Dazzle. So they hide their cores a bit. The Tusk goes ignored through this phase, and got to imagine that teams will be considering a ban out.
If Liquid doesn't want to pick it, they're probably going to want to ban it.
I feel like Vega would definitely love to grab that. There's some good synergy with the Snowball and the Dazzle.
So
Snowball in, Heal Bomb.
yeah, they're going to remove the Wyvern so they don't get that Wombo combo on Liquid. So Liquid still has the Undying if they want to go back to what they did in the first game where they used Undying plus Shadow Fiend. Sorry, not Undying. Undying was banned. The heck, I didn't see. So there's no Undying, but they can go for... If they want to go for a more 5-man push, they can go for like Juggernaut, which got banned as well in the first game. Juggernaut plus Iron Shell is also a good combo if you want to max Blade Fury and roam early. I actually think that it could actually work as well as the Ember. If you actually go down that route, you get a drums phase probably. Phase drums, Juggernaut with level 7, 4 spin, you just go around with the Iron Shell and just rack face.
It's like a super Ember Spirit almost. Not as mobile though.
Not as mobile, but you do more damage.
Yeah. It's a cute combo.
Cute. It's a useful combo.
Can be very useful.
Someday, you know, you're gonna see one game someone does Iron Shell on Juggernaut.
I've seen it before. I mean, it's fun. Like, it definitely owns certain heroes, but Dazzle can always grave TP. Ember can always just jump away. I guess it depends a lot on these next few heroes.
So
Clock gets banned by Liquid.
I think that Vega wants to go for the Beastmaster against Shadow Fiend again. They did that the first game. It's again a BKB.
And they ran, what was the other? Slardar, I think they had as well.
Yeah, Slardar. They had Slardar. So, but that was Slardar plus what? What was? No, it was Slardar plus Ember. Yeah, Slardar Ember plus.
But
Beastmaster.
the Ember had a really rough time mid. He kind of caught up towards the end, but ultimately Fada got a bit too fat.
Yeah, I think there's two ways you can actually help the Ember. If you don't have the Wisp, you go for the Lich. Lich Ember is very strong as well in the lane versus SF. I think if you want to secure the Ember's lane, that's one of the options that you have. Because Wisp is not available, so Lich is still the next option that you have.
Ancient Apparition does get removed by Vega. Normally, when you see the AA ban, you're thinking of a couple of heroes.
For Huskar.
Huskar, definitely on the list. Alchemist, another hero that he often gets banned.
Not Alchemist. Come on.
They might just want a healing strat even. Doesn't have to be one of those. But those are probably the big ones.
Necroforce.
Yeah. Who's another hero? Oh, well, it used to be like Morphling, of course, but nobody picks Morphling now.
Yeah, thanks to some idiot that suggested offlane morphing is useful.
You should pull a Bulba here and just say you created offlane Morphling. You
No.
invented it.
I just think it's good.
Yeah.
I saw someone else did it, like, so wasn't
You
me.
brought it to FPL, and the rest is history.
Oh,
I guess it was NEL back then.
Yeah, it was NER, not FPL.
Back in the dark ages,
So
when
Liquid-
IX Mike had power in the Dota scene. What a scary time that was for everyone.
The bearded man in power.
Thank God that age is over.
So the Tusk is indeed going to be picked up by Liquid. No surprises there. So let's see what I would expect Vega to go for a Beastmaster again against the Shadow Fiend for Mag. It's one of the better offlaners to control the Shadow Fiend. Gives them vision.
They go
So it's the same draft. Like they are going safe lane, Slada, Amber, and probably Beastmaster again. Unless they want to go offlane.
well,
Slada.
then it's Ember mid.
Oh yeah, then it's Ember mid, yeah. But you can actually do the Lich, which I think would be able to help the Ember.
So, and get a Lich Beastmaster then as your last two, if you're Vega.
Yeah, but it feels like they won't go there.
Feels like almost too predictable.
Too defensive maybe. But it's gonna secure them the lanes though, so you...
Other main option that I see is they pick something else for mid, like maybe it's a little bit greedy, like a TA perhaps.
So you drop the
And then the
Slada.
Ember safe lane.
You
Slaughter
drop the
off lane.
Slada to the off lane. And maybe you can do TA mid Slada plus Lich off lane. Aha.
Yeah.
But-
Vega definitely like to run that Ember TA together, but it's usually with the Darkseer, which nobody's letting them
Yeah,
have anymore.
but regardless of whatever happens, Darkseer is gonna get a field day in the off lane.
Yes.
Because it's a melee hero.
I mean, it almost doesn't matter which hero it is. Unless they rotate and gank the lane.
I think that the Iron Shell on the Tusk is going to be very problematic. I think that this game, the Tusk should actually go to the lane with Darkseer instead of trying to do some mid pulls or stacking too much. You want to be able to win your lane with the Darkseer if possible with the double Iron Shell snowball. I think that should be something that Liquid consider more because the last game they focused a lot more on stacking, helping the mid lane, getting farm on Alchemist.
But very passive.
Yeah, very passive. I think you should try to be more aggressive if possible. If you can actually... What? Huh.
Interesting grab here. By
Get out of
Liquid.
my game, says Necrophos.
The
Really?
main hero that... Like, generally when we see the Necrophos, it's been monkey business, and there's the TA.
So offlane Slada.
Offlane Slardar now.
Safe
When we
lane.
see the Necrophos, I think the main team that's run them is monkey business with the Alchemist
Secret.
eggs.
Secret with Wisp. as
And
well.
yeah, Secret ran it with the Wisp. But we're not gonna see gonna see the Wisp duo. Could still maybe I mean, can they really fit it out into this draft? That
just-
feels super greedy.
They're still setting up for a very team-focused lineup, you know, like team. They want to group up as a team early. They want to push with the mech and the heals of Necrophos.
I feel like Vega are pretty well equipped to deal that though. They're pretty good at ratting already.
Ghost Scepter is your best friend, my green Necrophos.
Yes. I don't you say that like you have like you love him. I don't know if anyone can love that hideous beast.
Love is blind.
Love is even you can't say that with a straight face.
I miss the good old days where anti-mage is blind. I'm blind, not deaf.
I'm blind, not deaf.
Hotly a challenge. No, that's terrible actually.
To the old terrible.
Damn, Lich.
Vega
Okay.
banning the Lich.
'Cause
That actually makes sense.
They
There's
have
so
the
much
minus,
physical
yeah,
damage.
they have the minus armor. You know, I said that Vega, with the AA ban, might want to pick Necrophos, and Necrophos goes to the opposite team, and I said that Vega would probably want Lich to help the Amber stay, and Lich.
Meanwhile, I call the TA for Vega. They pick TA, WinteR, you know?
Well played. 10 points.
You've got competition, my friend.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you provide solid competition after all the good old days.
That's supposed to be.
After the good long hours that we've been talking together.
Oh, my. So you're saying that anything I learned from you? You're taking credit for me? Is that what's happening here? I was actually going to say Spirit Breaker earlier, just because we talked about the Darkseer Spirit Breaker, but I'm like, nah, they wouldn't do that with a Tusk. But then they do it, so...
What's wrong with doing that with the Tusk?
It just seems like a lot of like melee bruisers.
What if they actually do Tusk Spirit Breaker off lane and Darkseer jungling?
So that
Sounds like a terrible idea.
that seems a little greedy.
Sounds like
I think more likely like Tusk Darkseer than Spirit Breaker
Okay.
roaming or Spirit Breaker Darkseer
I
and
know.
Tusk roaming.
So how are they gonna help the Slada now on the off lane when they ban the Lich? What other supports can help the Slada?
Shadow Demon?
Earthshaker, Fissure, the Creep Wave. And the Spirit Breaker, I don't know. We haven't seen Shaker support for a long time. Or you run the Slada as a support and you pick Beastmaster.
Ew.
What's that?
Doesn't that seem every hero on that team needs insane levels? That seems way too greedy.
Yeah, that's why Lich would balance things out.
But they can't get Lich, so now you're. What are you talking about? Are you saying they should have 6 heroes here?
Oh my god. This is a tough one. I still think they need someone to help the Slada, and Dazzle plus Slada doesn't sound good in a lane. Off lane against Spirit Breaker. And maybe it could work though if the Tusk is off lane.
Alright, they do opt for a Disruptor grab here. Obviously a great way to cancel the charge. You talked about it in, I think, the first series today, WinteR. A very nice way to counterplay the snowball if you're in the right position. Just drop the Static Storm where it's going to land, raise the kinetic field, and let the pain begin inside the Thunderdome.
And then I think I said that last week.
No, you said it earlier today. You definitely did. Or maybe it was Gods. One of you guys.
It wasn't me. It's definitely not me.
Well, I don't know if God says much of anything of value today. He was a little loopy, but... All right, Vega Liquid, Game 3. Who do you like, WinteR?
I like the Tusk plus Spirit Breaker.
You like
brutes.
You like the big bruisers, huh?
Yeah, the big bruisers, you know.
Yeah,
They're
strongmen.
They're gonna come in hard, and there's gonna be
Roland heroes.
There's gonna be a Necrophos finishing up the job with his chop. So I like that idea. But the only issue I have this game with Liquid's lineup is the vacuum. There's no good follow-ups for the vacuum. You usually see maybe Impale, Fissure, Power Strike, Ice Path, Winter's Curse, but this game, Snowball, Vacuum Snowball, into the vacuum.
Into the Spirit Breaker upgraded Ags Nether Strike.
Wow. So smart, Larry David.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. It would be beautiful, though.
Yeah, but I guess the best thing is the vacuum into somehow you charge something far away and you boom, 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 you bash everything. So that would be their combo, I guess.
It's kind of underwhelming compared to Winter's Curse, but I mean, I'm gonna go with Vega. I feel like giving them Ember and TA is too comfortable for them, and they just play these heroes so individually well. So we'll see. I'm on the Vega side. You're on the Liquid side. Loser buys the other person lunch, and we haven't eaten yet, so it's going to be a big meal.
Whatever, dude. I'm going to eat more than you.
It'll be the first time you've actually paid for a meal since you came here.
That is not true. I paid for my tofu soup the other day.
That's like one meal in like 3 weeks.
I'm here only 2 weeks. Come on.
Yeah, right.
You're
buddy.
trying to exaggerate anything. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye. See you.
Okay, peace. Don't need you anyway. Vega, Liquid, Game 3. Get into it. Liquid gonna look to secure that bottom rune. No TP shenanigans for once. Everyone just casually walking out to lane. Pedestrian Dota is the order of the day.
Yeah, but how is Mac going to get into this game? He's going to have a tough lane. Even if it's one-on-one against Necrophos, he's not going to get too much out of the lane. And I'm not sure if the Dazzle would actually... I think the Dazzle should be the one helping him. And Disruptor should be with Ember, but I'm not sure if they want to do it. Because Vega can actually play very greedy with tri-lane, save lane, and they just keep pulling and pulling. You heal the creeps with Dazzle and you just keep getting experience. But I'm not sure if that's actually the better play compared to helping the Slada secure his lane. Oh, here we go. Iron Shells. Charge. Let's go.
Chugga chugga choo choo. Well, just a free bounty rune for no one. But the threat of the charge is there.
The threat is always bigger than the actual move.
Not always. Sometimes. This is going to be your, for now, your classic 2v2 mid.
The Tusk is going to do mid
Tusk
pulls.
is going to move.
Mid pulls? No.
Didn't work for Jarex last time. Maybe he's feeling like he needs to go back to the practice room a little bit. They're going to charge on a solo. Early initiation. Doesn't have the point in Greater Bash just yet, but...
Yeah, obviously he doesn't
casual.
have. Obviously, he doesn't have the point in Greater Bash when he charges.
I'm he's not doing as much damage. Holy shit! Calm down, Jesus, man. Shut up, WinteR. You're such a bully. I feel like you changed, man. So aggressive all the time. WinteR's always abusing everyone at the house now. It's like tough to live with this guy. We all feel attacked.
People say money changes people, but for me, the house changes me.
He said he likes the house because he likes picking on everyone all the time. Poor Roland is constantly on the receiving end of it. But anyway, back to the game where Krogi's taking quite a bit of harassment here. Early on your offlane Slardar doing not so shabby. Gets his level 2. Mag having a good time, but Solo in a little bit of danger here.
Yeah, he's not
Burning
going to
down to the Iron Shell.
He's still not going to get too much farm though in this lane in the long run. That's what I worry for Vega because he's the main tempo controller. Oh no, he's going to get stuck here. He's going to get a lot.
Oh, that sprint.
That sprint. He's going to take a lot of damage, but at the end of the day, good experience I think is not enough for the Slardar. He needs to be able to get to the point where he's able to get Blink, and Slardar is not a hero that can jungle. So
well, I mean, I guess that's where you look to rotate Mag. At some point, your TA goes to farm the Ancients. Maybe the Ember takes over mid, or even Mag does.
How about Ember going?
Oh, the big snowball commitment. Mag will be the first blood as Liquid roll in, and it's just amazing to see Tusk get through to the second phase when he makes plays like that.
That is not good, you know. That is really not good. That is the last. I think that is actually the most crucial hero you want to get a good start. You can even argue you want the Slardar to have a better start than the Ember.
Just so he can create the space.
But I guess Ember could still create a space with just levels. You don't really need a blink. You can still roam. So maybe they actually want to actually move the Ember when he's level 7. I think we see that from certain teams like CDAC a lot. Ember has level 7, you just move and you gank and you give the lane away to someone else that needs to actually farm.
Oh,
here we go.
Little bash initiation from Kuro, but no one. Absolutely fine. As they get eyes on mind control here, Solo does have a mango if he wants to go for the glimpse back, and not going to use it. Not sure it would have really done a whole hell of a lot there.
Okay, this is going to be a Tranquil Boots game for Slardar, since he's having a hard time. I think Tranquil Boots is...
Are most games Tranquil Boots games for Slardar? Maybe
no,
if he's safe playing.
The 2 games we saw today was all power treads.
Oh, no one getting dove, just punished here in the mid lane. The big bash comes, actually knocks him through the ice shards. And no one's going to turn with some decent auto tech damage. The creeps, and as well as the Spirit Breaker, kind of trapping Jarex in. But he will manage to back himself out in the end. And meanwhile, the bullying continues bottom as Matumba Man posts up on Mag. But this does free up top. So Pasha having a good time of it. And despite all the pressure, no one sits at 15-3, holding his own against a tri-lane. Well, a pseudo tri-lane.
It's a TA though at the end of the day. You can pressure him, but if you're not killing him, he's going to get last hits. And Ancient Stacks is going to happen as well.
Here comes the cow, charging in onto Pasha. Will connect. Didn't have the chance to cancel it, and now Pasha's in a bit of danger with the double iron shot burning him down.
Bash
needs the one bash. There's a glimpse back available. They're going to deploy a Thunder Strike instead. Solo. Looks like he had to commit a mango for that. We'll be able to save his carry.
Oh, this lane is actually very troublesome for the Ember now. He's actually still 150 off his bottle. He needs to get all the last hits here. Come on. Without the bottle, he's going to struggle in this lane.
Even with the bottle, it won't be easy, but definitely needs it to have a chance. And oh no, Pasha! Let's see, Spearbreaker back to base, but he may just charge directly down the top lane.
Yeah, he's gonna charge top next.
He's gonna see the Ember with just 250 health and say, "I can't resist this. This is too juicy."
Huh? I don't think Ember's juicy. He should be really hot as a hero. He's fire.
Oh my god.
He should be spicy.
Spicy hot. Some people like spicy food, you know?
Some people like spicy women.
Well, I know you don't like the food, so if you like spice, that really only leaves one option. Meanwhile, Vega doing TA things. Just stacking the Ancients up already. We've got a nice triple stack going. The charge will go all the way into Pasha, but he's going to grab his bottle right about now, and Kuro will give up. Backs off. And
it's still really good pressure though for the lanes right now. I think that they have actually successfully done what they need to do with the Darkseer plus charge Spirit Breaker. This is what they want to achieve by slowing down the Ember's farm and progression of items. And meanwhile, Liquid manages to get
the diving. They want Solo. Glimpse back. Ember's here in position, has the chains. Looks like he wants to initiate onto mind control, but
look at the
Iron Shell damage. It's too much. He needs to back. He needs another chains, and then the quick 17%. Diving for this Kuro gets the kill. Mind control gets out for now. Oh.
Okay, this lane is won. They won this lane.
Oh, they've won 2 lanes now. Matumba Man just took a tower. The one lane that's doing decently, it's no one mid with the DD room, but And with the Ancient stacked as well, he's going to need to clear these out quickly.
Things is looking good for my side. Liquid is my side, so
Yeah,
this is good for them.
Master, typical.
Yeah. And who initiated the
You did. You
What?
said, you
I-
said
I
you
did.
thought Liquid are going to win, and you're rooting for Liquid.
Wow. Wow. Sure. And who suggested
Bottom lane. Did not get the full delete for the extra 30-second death timer, but still gets the kill.
Can't believe you said that after you suggested the loser needs to pay for lunch. Here we go. Another charge with Iron Shell.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, nice chains. Normally the Ember kind of a tough one to gank unless you catch him over the trees.
Yeah, but this lane is going to be very tough for them. I think Liquid are in a commanding position. They removed the tier 1 at bottom. They are wrecking the top lane. It's all on this TA. TA has a huge ancient stack, so they need to rely on the TA to get Deso.
It's actually something that
And
Liquid
Roshan.
could contest potentially with the tier 1 down. But they have not warded it. They are not scouting it. They do not appear to be concerned about it.
I mean,
at
it's
all.
hard for them to contest it because they have been allocating resources to win the top lane a lot.
Oh.
Oh, Solo. Double Iron
Down
Shell.
Solo. Double Ion Shell. They get the chains off. Solo has the glimpse back available. Good body blocks from
They
Pasha.
need- they
Buying
need
him time.
backup.
They might be able to turn this around with a little bit of help. They have the triple remnant in reserve. In fact, they could lose both if they're not careful. Pasha just trying to find the openings. Chains just to secure the easy takedown on Kuro, while elsewhere, Tusk trying to zone back Mag. He just squirrels his way into this one, but he will end up dying, slithering back to the well. And Sayoma far too late to do anything.
Yeah, this
The
is
big hero they really needed was the Templar Assassin. She's not there. She's off farming mid. Now maybe goes for the Ancients.
this is the issue of me talking about when you run Slardar often you have to give him support. Otherwise the game becomes really tough for
He's
the
got
Slardar.
1,000 net worth. Darkseer and Spiritbreaker both at 2,000. They
How-
do have one tower to their
How
name.
is the Slardar going to get back into the game? He needs to rely on like maybe Roshan or the team winning a team fight. Otherwise they're not going to be able to get the Slardar back into the game.
Yeah, he's definitely not farming his way back in.
Well, TP top. He needs to
Gonna
TP
charge
top.
onto Maggie. Remnant's back, but the chase continues. They're going to snowball up, grabbing the Spearbreaker along the way, but it does interrupt the charge, and in the end, not enough to get the kill. Now Kuroki amped and on the run. Crush will find him with the heal bomb there. An easy grab. Liquid forced to retreat.
Again, like expendable
But they're taking
target.
mid.
It's an expendable target. They lost the support Speedbreaker. They forced so many TPs and they are pushing mid with Fata. Mac is going to come soon for them. I think Liquid are in
Oh,
really
no
good
one.
shape.
This is a big hero to give
Oh
up.
no, Reflection is
If
gone.
he goes down, has
The
the
chop.
meld available. Not going to happen. Now gone for 70 seconds. And Matumba Man rubs some salt in the wound by grabbing a Midas, looking to extend the gold lead. Liquid already up 4,000 gold, 1,200 experience or
It's
so.
not only extending the goal lead though. I feel Necro is a hero like Wraith King. You want to get level 16 as soon as possible as a hero. Midas is an item that would actually help you get there, and it would also help you get more items along the way. So I think it's a really good pickup for Matumba Man. Sometimes even if you are behind in the game or 50-50 game, you still go for the Midas.
Well, Fada going for the team fight build, gets the mech under construction now, picked up his buckler. And we are going to see Vega down 2 towers, losing a lot of map control. They have okay wards and traps around the map, but you can see Liquid, the confident team. They're spreading out to farm while Vega are clumping up mid. 3 heroes.
They're close to level
protect
6
Mag.
on solo. They need to wait for that. Maybe after they get level 6, try to smoke and make a play. Oh no,
They
mid
have
lane.
glimpse. They can interrupt it. No, they're going to let the Requiem go. Then they glimpse it back, and he's in the middle of the entire enemy team. Now Crush, amplified damage coming through. Oh, that heal! Ouch! That will be enough for the kill. Nice pick off there. And now the Static Storm is online, but no glimpse to cancel this charge. Turning, Kuroki does not have his own level 6. The Static Storm drop. Bit of a miss, but slightly connects him. But Matumba Man, he will tick down to the Thunderstrike. One more, yes sir. And now Pasha jumping forward, looking for the openings, but no one's been trapped a bit by the Darkseer. Actually, he's got backup, so never mind that. It's the Darkseer who needs to run. They have a glimpse. Can they get the vision for it? 1 second. Yes, they can. Glimpsing him back. Directly in the middle of the enemy squad. He's going to run the other way. Has the surge at 1 second. Heads for the hills. No TP for 20, but he will make it out.
That was just important for them to minimize casualties after losing the 2 cores, the SF and the Necro. Oh my god, he's dead again. Alright.
Oh, they found him in the end. Mind Control just desperately waiting for that TP to cool down.
That was such a huge turnaround.
They got all 3 cores.
Mag needed that so much to at least get him back into the game, you know. He completes his magic wand, completes his tranquil, so has level 7. And now he has time to farm his Blink.
And meanwhile, no one will have time to get his Deso up. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, this game could get very even very quickly, WinteR.
They need to wait because they went for the Midas. They need to wait for the Midas to actually kick in. And SF to complete the mech before they try to do anything too aggressive right now. Because Vega still, even though they're behind, but they still have a lot of damage coming just from their right clicks from T and the Starlight and the Ember. They still do a lot of damage even with item disadvantage, net worth disadvantage. So Liquid have to be very careful when they approach the game. Any mistake right now, if they make another mistake, Roshan is gone. That's about it.
Now already your TA has her first Mythor Hammer up. Likely en route on the Desolator Rush, and with that, you combine that with the amp damage, the weave, maybe a medallion.
Yeah, and
heroes just explode.
one thing we should point out as well in the last fight, they managed to get the kill on Necrophos because Solo had 2 points in the Thunder Strike. And he doesn't have any points in the kinetic field. But it allowed him to actually get the kill on the Necro. So that was something to note. Different type of skill build, but it actually paid off for them.
Fada on the aggressive siege almost has the mech complete. Liquid are going 70 gold before this happens, and Fada will get caught up by the chains. He's thinking about an early Requiem here. Solo wants to glimpse him back. Threatening that Requiem again. They do have a ward, scouting out the rotation of the Slardar to the top lane, so classic 5v5 early game skirmish. It ends with Liquid backing down. They want the mech first. They are not ready to push.
Do they have it? I think they have it,
He's
right?
got it now, but it's not on the hero yet.
Yeah, they have to wait for this, and I think I mentioned as well, I think along the way, this game, I think it's a good choice for Matumba Man to actually go for just a Ghost Scepter to deal with all the physical damage as a Necro. I don't think you can actually even build any sort of armor item to make sure that you're safe in a fight.
No matter how much armor you get, you're probably still dying.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
So here we go. Jerax is gonna try and
Initially
trap them out.
gets the ice shards, but he brings Mag and Solo onto the wrong side. Still the team's coming. Snowballing forward. Big commitment here from Jerax, but he gets crushed. The Static Storm deployed. Kuroki runs right through it and gets the bash off, and then the follow-up for the kill. Vega lose only a Disruptor, and I believe Liquid... Oh, no, they did not commit Jerax's smoke, actually. He held on to it.
They are trying to secure the ancient spots because they know the TA has been using it a lot, so they have a deep ward down here as well.
It's kind of a bad time, though. There's no stack there.
Yeah, the reason why they need to secure the ancients area is because of the TA farming it, and secondly because the Roshan factor as well, because against the TA and the Sada. These are the two important factors they need to make sure that it doesn't happen too easily for Vega. If Vega tries to do it, they need to pay a price.
Well, WinteR, I know you mentioned a Slardar Blink. He is still nowhere near it.
I mean, this is just the byproduct of how they actually lane, like how they pick their strategy. It's the Slardar has been left.
At this point, it feels like they have to get
He
the
has no
Roche.
choice on Mag, right? There's nothing he can do to actually get farm because he's
I
way
feel
the
like they
team,
just have to get Roche. Then maybe Vega get a little more map control. He can farm a bit.
Yeah, I think at this point it's very hard for him to get a quick blink anymore. He just needs to rely on his team to actually help him out.
Yeah, maybe even just goes Force Staff first as a compromise.
Nah, I think blink is just too important. There's no way he goes for Staff first. There's no way. He needs the blink so badly.
They're looking for the jump here on Mag. They get the shards off them. The Snowball follows it up, punching him up into the air, but the heal comes out, the turn, and they even have the Dazzle Grave to keep Mag alive. They will punish Jerax right around the time when that second Mythor Hammer is about to be completed.
Did he? Whoa, he got the last hit. Okay, so that is actually huge for him. He got the last hit.
All right, 1,300 gold, the dream. The sub 20-minute Blink Dagger.
They understand, like Liquid understands that this is the key hero they need to shut down. That's why they tried to actually go there with the ward. But unfortunately, I'm not sure. I think it was probably a miscommunication as well. Like Fata was still out of position when Jerax started the snowball. He wasn't close enough to actually finish off the Slada. But maybe it's also the fact that he saw the Dazzle TP in and he realized there's no chance we burst this hero down, so he just ditched it right away.
Yeah, it was good anticipation by Vega as well. Just keeping the Dazzle back.
I mean, at this rate, Mag is probably yelling at his team, guys, you guys need to make sure that I don't die in the next few minutes. Whatever it takes.
Let me get a blink and good things will happen. We'll see if that indeed is the case, but he's getting close. Pasha now dropping another Remnant back behind the tower, trying to farm as safely as possible.
That's all online.
Our cat Sophie is she likes to kidnap socks. She's currently busy escorting one upstairs. Maybe not happy with how much farm Mag's getting. I think she might be a Liquid fan. Meanwhile, the Deso is complete, WinteR. So any second now, Vega, maybe they try and sneak that Roshan.
They have a medallion on JRX soon, and they have obviously Presence of the Dark Lord.
Yeah, technically Liquid can do it as well. It's just
Yeah,
very
but it's
slow.
slower. It's a lot slower, and it's going to be obvious when your heroes are off the map. So here we go. A charge. Can it actually connect on Pasha? Probably not.
He's got a Remnant, but it's not actually
Oh,
that
he's
far back. He
TP.
goes for the TP out, and that's going to be a bash. Follow-up. No, he jumps away. The snowball continues to follow. He needs the Remnant back again. I think with that just out of range.
Roshan. That is Roshan.
They do have a ward, and that is indeed Roshan. Vega into the pit. Liquid scrambling to get there in time, but just look at the damage. No chance. Just no way they get here in time. Barring like the worst bash luck in history. They might get here in time to fight after the Roche falls, though. Ember picking up his BOTs. He can quickly join this engagement. Roche now down. Mind control going to get caught by the static sword. Kinetic field. Beautiful grab from Solo. Is it enough to get the quick kill? They get the 2-hero crush as well. And suddenly the Roche fight breaks out, but they're going to lose Mag, and he got killed off by the Necrold, so he's dead for a long grass time. Now no one heads up to the high ground trying to survive. Head onto that Aegis. They're going to lose Sioma the Slayer, potentially Solo as well. Also retreating. Has a single earn charge available. He's going to earn himself up, but they've got the vision for the charge. No glimpse back available. Lacking the mana. Solo as well will go down. One last bash of the Lantern just to rub it in. Ends up being a 3-for-1. They did not lose the Aegis, though, so not the total catastrophe.
It could have been a total disaster if I think Solo just saved the fight from being a disaster. If he didn't actually get the silence and feel onto the Darkseer in time, the vacuum, even though it was a level 1 vacuum, it could have actually bought enough time for them to actually kill the TA. Almost died as well. So I think if they didn't actually do that move on the Disruptor, the TA dies as well and loses his Aegis. So it actually saved them from actually totally losing that fight.
In other good news for Vega, they also deny Liquid the Aegis, which means going high ground will be much scarier than if they had it on the Shadow.
Yeah, but then Slala died again, you know. It's...
Yeah. Blink Dream, he's still not that far away. 400 gold off. I feel like they have so much follow-up that just to blink might be enough.
Yeah, I think this game he just needs blink for stuff. I mean, that's... You don't want to ask for more as the start of this game, considering how you started in the laning phase.
Ask for more, you're likely to be very disappointed.
I mean, everyone's going to be greedy, but you have to be realistic. What you need to do to get your job done in this game, you just need to get a blink and 4 stuff. That's about it.
The TA continues to farm now, grabbing the Ogre Club.
Early BKB against all the... It's also the fact that the Iron Shell is causing him too much problems, so BKB is a must for TA this game.
Yeah, Refraction, at that point there's not much in the way of damage over time that goes through it, so... It will help a bit. I guess the bigger question is, like, can TA survive through a potential... Oh, hello, Kuroki. Caught up by a glimpse. Good initiation from Solo, but fought it from the high ground. Unloads with the Requiem. The follow-up comes from Matumba Man looking for that first kill, and he will get it with the Scythe as no one chases him. Matumba Man low. God, they would love to have a Slardar here with a blink right about now, but instead no one trapped. Oh, he gets off the first kill. Then Mag comes in. Hey, there's the blink dagger. Just in the nick of time, though. Maybe not enough. Round 2, no one. Rotating back, heading for the hills. They're surrounding him. The chains come through. No one has the fresh melon available. Tries to turn this. Refraction also online. He can fight from the high ground. Very dangerous to run up here. And they're going to go for it. Nope. Little poke. He reveals his position. Probably expecting the vision. Then the Necrophos blinks in. Gets the kill with the Death Pulse.
I'm surprised he went for that. He would have been able to live. I think they didn't.
I think he assumed they had detection of some kind.
Yeah, probably. But at the end of the day, Slada arrived way too late to the party. Couldn't actually help the team win the team fight at the crucial moment. Oh, that was actually quite bad for Vega. They lost their Aegis as well. So right now, Liquid are back into the driving seat. And as the game goes by, like as the game goes longer, they're going to be able to get an Aghanims at some point to the Necrophos. And once they actually get that, Liquid will be looking really comfortable going into the ultra late game scenario, because you always have that one-man delete. And you just have the numbers advantage after that. And
one man. At some point, it becomes a 2-man delete.
Yeah, at some point. But Mag...
Snowballing in, they're about to get off another Necrophos ultimate. If Matumba Man can live long enough to deploy it, And it seems he might be able to. The rest of the team diving deep, hunting for Mag. They'll get the kill there. And now back to mid, where the Necrophos ult is used to remove the Dazzle from the game for 70 seconds. They don't even need to reserve it for cores. They're just lining them up, smacking them down. Vega getting herded like cattle and will fall 4 down.
That is the second time Matuma Man, he focused his Reaper onto the Dazzle because he knows that if he does it on someone else, the Grave is going to counteract it. So very good presence of mind from Matuma Man. 2 fights in a row. It's Rex. Is this Rex?
It's Rex. If not game, potentially. Vega backs against the wall now. A loss here. They are not eliminated, but they are dropped down to the lower bracket and have the tough road ahead of them, with no more room for any sort of mistakes in upcoming matches as they snowball onto Solo. Big committed dive. The Walrus Punch secures that last kill. Kapow! Right in the kissa. Now Vega try to hold. They get a single chains off of Mind Control, but he doesn't care. They've just taken over this jungle. The 5-hero crush, but literally no follow-up. Finally a Sleight of Fist coming through. Still, Shadowfiend gets off the Requiem, and Vega turn. It looked pretty from Mag, but it's too little, too late. 4 down. That is going to be a dieback on your Templar Assassin, a dieback on the Disruptor, and more importantly, possibly, well, actually only one lane of Rex, because they still have tier 2s, but just too much gold being hemorrhaged away here.
Even it's just one side of Rex, but it feels like the game is getting too much out of hand for Vega because they use buybacks, they lost key heroes. Ember doesn't have his Battle Fury yet. The turning point they have to count on right now for Vega is you need to count on the Ember getting his Battle Fury and to buy time to drag the game.
Well, Shiva's Guard now complete for Matumba Man. Looks like Evasion.
Yeah.
Also inbound for Fada.
Yeah, but not to mention that they slowed down the BKB coming out from TA so much. So TA is going to be an easy target in the team fights with the Iron Shells everywhere and no refraction charges. You get stunned by Spirit Breaker, you get stunned by Tusk.
You're dead.
You're dead. Grim Reaper is going to come on you and you're dead.
And still Ember Spirit trying to complete that Battle Fury. Pasha's so poor.
Yeah, like don't you feel like the momentum of the game is just lacking from the starter, from Vega's point of view? Like they needed someone to actually make more space for the Ember. But because
I know Vega, and that's why I was like, oh, they're gonna pick TA here. But that plus Slardar does feel maybe a little too greedy because the way the lane's set up.
It's the off-lane starter. Like they didn't get help.
Well, you have to run them that way, right? You can't run Ember bottom unless you have maybe a Lich or something.
But they banned the Lich.
But they banned the Lich, yeah. It's not a hero that we see a whole lot of from Vega.
Oh, we actually never talked about the use on the Darkseer actually. Darkseer has use and
the Static Storm.
Ghost Scepter.
Can purge off that Flame Guard as well. Though, to be honest, they're not having trouble killing him through the Flame Guard. That's more of a nice addition. They are going to charge Pasha mid lane. He jumps back. And will successfully make it.
Yep, get this tier 2, Roche is gonna spawn soon, get the Roche, go high ground, get a second set of Rex, and win the game.
Liquid definitely, like you said, in the driver's seat and then some. Now leading by 20,000 gold, 10,000 experience. A win here, guaranteed top 3, and 1 match away from coming to the Summit. A tournament that quite a few of these players have played at before. Most notably Fada and Kuroki as they initiate with the Reaper Scythe on the Solo. Not enough for the long delete, and then Sayoma will get off the Grave. Still, another strike back on Solo right as Kuroki gets glimpsed away. A very interesting combination of events. But the end result is the same. The death of the Disruptor.
Huh, they might just push here with 1 hero down. They don't really need to wait for Roche.
Definitely doesn't feel like it. No buyback on Disruptor. He's out of the picture for some time. Shards. Trying to catch no one.
No, they're still playing very safe, very disciplined. Go for the tier 2. Just very, low risk. You don't really need to. You're far ahead. You don't have to risk anything. You just go for the objectives.
After that heartbreaking result in the Frankfurt qualifiers, you can't really blame them.
Yeah, you just need to take everything easy. Go for the tier 2, go for Roche and just end the game. You don't have to force anything, even though there's 1 hero down. I think Liquid has by far been the team that has been most controlled.
The safest of the European teams. I would agree. Snowballing on the Pasha. See you later. Kuroki's still charging. Alright, he's going to back down from the brink as they look to cave in this last tier 2. Get ready for the final Roshan or the death push. Blinking in his Matumba Man. Shiva's was activated. Pasha's got to be careful. Another strike cooling down in 10 seconds. They will clean up the tower. Now Liquid. If they want the Roche, they're going to have it very soon.
Yep. At this point, you just be patient. You don't need to rush anything at all. Skadi has been completed on Shadowfiend. They don't really need to wait for any crucial items. I mean, I guess they can wait for the Aghanims. I'm not sure at this point, do you even need the Aghanims or you just go for Octarine Core on the Necro? If you're looking to do more damage with the Aghanim's, I mean, Octarine cost still
Ag
provides...
seems better. You just need that one delete to win the game, right? Then you get 2 lanes of Rax. The game's
Yeah, at
pretty
this
much
point,
over.
do they even have buybacks? Because they're so poor.
Maybe not. In fact, they don't. But I don't know if you can assume that, given that they haven't bought new items in a long time.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like just the safest play again.
Well, yeah, you're saying they're the safest team in Europe. If that's the case, then safety says get the delete enemy hero for 90 seconds item.
Yeah, he got the delete.
Can't really argue with that.
No.
And the waiting game commences, WinteR.
It's gonna be Matumba Man versus Sima the Slayer. Who's gonna get the upper hand? Grave versus Necroforce Albi. But so far, I think...
I feel like the Necro has an unfair advantage.
Necro has been winning all the duels because he's been killing the...
I mean, he's the one with the blink, and Dazzle has just no items. It's not fair. It's not fair.
I mean, that's the life of playing a support, yeah? You have to make so much... You have to get so much done with so little. That's where you always look at Arcade as a support. How does the guy channel a full duration freezing field or Witch Doctor Ultimate with just a bracer?
And he never has items either. The team always takes every last scrap of farm away.
It's because of
between the Dong and Loda, and then
it's
you've even
because
got
they have 3 cores that take space. They don't.
S4's been playing more farming cores.
They don't really have like an offlaner that makes space a lot. Like Bulldog just takes farm most of the time, like the heroes he play. So, as a result of that, poor Arke. Position 6, position 7, but he still does.
It's not that bad. It's not great though. Nuts doesn't take that much space.
He doesn't, but what he basically takes whatever is left behind from the 3 core.
Okay, a couple of morsels of, breadcrumbs and little cold soup maybe.
Yeah, and at least Nuts gets maybe some dessert. Arke gets nothing.
You say that like we haven't fed you dessert every night while you're here.
You definitely haven't.
Well, you haven't asked for it. Whenever you ask, we provide.
There's no desserts like midnight here.
We don't have midnight snack, but for the summit we do.
Sure, I'll make sure I drop by just for dessert.
Just come by for midnight snack, bro. Still the best part of TI.
Buffalo wings.
Universally acclaimed as the best part of the International 5.
So what are the chances of Vega right now?
I would say like 1 in 30. It's pretty bad, man. Especially against the Necro. Like how it's so easy to just get that 1 kill with an Ags.
You kill the Ember or the TA game is. I mean, you
Even
don't
the
need
Slardar. They need their whole team. And they're gonna have Aegis. Yeah, I'd say like 1 in 30 at best.
sub.
What do you think?
Something like that. I think 1 to 10. Odds are 1 to 10.
That's not too bad.
But obviously Vega are gonna try their best. You never give up.
Are you implying that Liquid is gonna try their worst?
No, everyone's gonna try their best.
Uh-huh.
That's when you get games like Alliance coming back from Mega Creeps. You never lose hope.
That is true.
There's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. You always have to believe.
If there are diebacks, then of course all bets are off. But they still have all their tier 1s, mind you. In that Alliance game, the throne was exposed, if I recall correctly. I think they just walked down mid, the throne was exposed, and they won the game. You have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towers.
More than enough safety nets.
Yeah.
Wow, we should actually address the fact that Liquid have not lost a single tower this game.
That's very impressive.
Feels like a Chinese team, where they play very controlled style of Dota and they defend all the towers. They take all the towers. They don't go for unfavorable trades. They are very safe, very controlled. Generally, you see that more from the Chinese teams, but as of late, I think at TI we saw VP being the European team that resembles the Chinese playstyle the most, and right now we're seeing it from Liquid as well.
Speaking of VP, they've been struggling a little bit lately.
They've been not in so much of control mode lately.
Mm.
I think they have been more or less not so comfortable with the new changes as well. They are not adapting as well as the other teams. Their playstyle obviously has been the same. It's just the adaptation hasn't been that well compared to the rest of the teams. So who does actually the loser of this match play? Roland.
Roland, make yourself useful. He's just spacing out. He's always spacing out.
So this match you face either Alliance or the winner of Virtus Pro versus Folkover.
Okay. Virtus Pro versus 4 Clovers winner? A loser? Winner? Or Alliance?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that
Hey.
will be an elimination match, so a lot on the line.
Hey man, you need some coffee?
I've had 2 cups of coffee under Red Bull, man. I'm about as caffeinated as I can get.
I think the lanes just didn't... I feel like when you run Slada off lane, because I tried it, there's no way you can actually afford to lose the early game for the Slada. Like you can't ditch him, you know. It's just like when the good old days of Axe off lane,
Yeah.
we always see teams put Witch Doctor or Dazzle with the Axe because you cannot leave the Axe alone.
It's not like a Clockwork or a
But,
Tusk
like,
type hero.
Even if they do
Or-
it to Axe, and you can even argue Axe can jungle, but the teams still actually do that. So, and Slada is like you mentioned, it's not like Tusk. You don't have farm, you just got levels, you still can get your job done. Or even a Clockwork.
I still feel like they might have been able to come back if the top lane went better, but when they lost both side lanes, then they just were so screwed.
They had to at least do decent in either of those lanes though. Like either one of the lanes do better.
Yeah.
Which is why
I
I was thinking that the Lich would have been actually more helpful in their scenario, whereas compared to the Disruptor. Disruptor is greedy, you need more levels and farm on the support, and doesn't provide you with too much ganking potential early into the game. The other way I could see this working is if they drafted the same heroes, but they placed the Dazzle on the offlane with the Slada. I could see it maybe working if they actually have their lane placement that way. But at the same time, if they were to do that, top lane would get crushed as well. But at the end of the day, they still got crushed. So at least you try and help the Slada instead of trying to help the top lane where the lane is already so hard with the Darkseer plus the Spirit Breaker doing so much pressure. Because of the Disruptor, like the supports they picked this game were just not ideal enough. I mean, they probably could have still ran Dazzle plus Slada offlane and then pick another stronger lane support for... I don't know, it's just very hard to work for the way they actually place their lanes with having Slada as their core.
This is a really awkward time for a long pause.
I'm trying my best, you know.
Yeah, no, it's just... it's hard to imagine a comeback after this long a pause, you know?
Maybe you forget that you have a goal lead and you continue farming.
Oh shit, I forgot we took a lane of Rax. Let's just farm for 30 minutes.
Reconnected to the game. Let's go, boys.
Alright, Solo. He's back in, and Vega desperately up against it. Apparently the lights were off.
I think he meant electricity got cut out.
I was going to say, I don't think your lights being off stops you from playing Dota. But we are playing
Okay,
Dota.
the last hurrah. The smoke. But that's a what? Okay. What are the chances of this working? Close to none.
You give me the numbers. You're the stats man.
Oh, I'm the stats fan.
They're
All
gonna
right.
initiate mind control the man in front, but he's got an invis. Do they have any form of detection? The back comes out to start. The static storm's pretty damn good, but the heroes on the back lane are tanking. They don't really care about it, and Thada has a DD rune. Just starts chunking heroes down. No one. Totally crowd control. Trapped between a wall, heroes, and a walrus punt. Down he goes, and for good measure, they managed to delete him from the game. As Sayoma TP's out, he gets double bashed. He'll be finished off as well. It's a quick 4-hero wipeout. And quite possibly, yeah, there's the GG call. So, nice 10-minute pause, but it doesn't change anything in the end as they are diving for the last kill. See ya, Pasha. Ooh. I think he would have died there if the throne hadn't exploded.
So, a very well played game from Liquid. He just took the game by winning the laning phase so much. It's just really important. You can't ditch, I think, offlane. You can't ditch a offlane hero like Slada. They just lost the lanes too badly.
So Liquid are going to move on now, and they will be facing the winner of our other upper bracket match, which is Empire versus Monkey Business. Did not expect Empire to be in that top 4, actually. But they look revitalized with Yoku back at the helm.
Yep, they definitely did. And they were able to actually play a couple of games that I watched, especially the Dream League game. They played very well, coming back into the game where they came back from, I think it was 15,000 goal deficit with a Slada TA, like a similar lineup as this.
Mm-hmm.
So they are looking much better with the return of Yoku, but to the mid lane, not the off lane.
Well, he's certainly a versatile fella, eh? He's doing a good job.
Versatility in his profile 0.95.
Is it really?
No, I'm just
Oh, you're
kidding.
just assuming. I don't know. You've been playing some FPL. Figured you may have run into him. But all right, guys, that is going to wrap up today's broadcast. We've got more Dota coming your way in a little less than 12 hours, I believe. It's either SA or China continues. But we'll take a break. We'll queue up the rebroadcast. Be sure to follow WinteR at WinteRDota. Myself, if you'd like as well, at LDDota. And be sure to stay tuned to the Beyond the Summit YouTube, youtube.com/Beyond the Summit TV for all the VODs and information about the tournament. With that, we're done for today. We're going to get some rest, guys. We will see you in 12 hours for more Dota 2.
Sayonara.
Peace.